Hey, Cub fans! Welcome back to Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. Well, I don't think we really learned anything today. We may have gotten something confirmed, but Cubs lost today, 6-3 to the Marlins, dropped to 13-9 on the season. We've missed the opportunity with a 4-game series against the Marlins, who came into the series with just 4 wins. And looking back 4 days ago, if I'd have said we were going to split, I'm sure none of us would have felt that that was going to be a success, and it certainly is not. So a 2-2 split against these Marlins at Wrigley is a failure. So we've got issues, we miss Saya for sure. We got some guys that are slumping. Happ is now looks like he's probably hurt, and we're missing Steele. So we've got a lot of issues that we've overcome. We've had a lot of, I would say, tough gut punch losses that we've overcome. So I think for all those reasons, we had pretty high expectations for this weekend series with the Marlins. So I understand how disappointed we all are with what transpired, especially today, because today didn't surprise me at all. Today went exactly like I expected it to go, and I'm not that smart. But you don't have to be that smart to watch something happen over and over and over and then expect it not to happen the next time. And that's all this is for me. I've seen it. I've known it. We've talked about it. And for whatever reason, whether it's just, trying to be loyal to Kyle, which I understand, paying him respect. But I can't believe that they thought they were going to fix it, that Kyle thinks he was going to tweak it. Because I've mentioned probably the last 2 outings, even before that, back in spring training, I don't think his stuff is good enough to get major league hitters out. And I don't know, you got pitchers who come up through the ranks from high school pitchers that they move up at some point. You get to a league or a level as a pitcher where you can't get these guys out anymore. And I don't think it's surprising to anybody when that happens to them, right? Maybe you were a good high school pitcher and you did good, and maybe you played a little college ball and you realized, I can't get these guys out. Minor leaguers, maybe they get up to the AA and they run into that wall. My stuff's not good enough to get these guys out. And I think that's where Kyle is. Kyle is in a position where his stuff just isn't good enough to get major league hitters out. I was talking to my brother about it, and I said, he might be good enough to get, have a 3 ERA in Iowa. I don't know, maybe Tennessee, but his stuff just isn't good enough to get major league hitters out. I knew this going into today, but this is when it confirmed in my mind I'm right. The home run that he gave up in the second inning, that 460-foot monster, was on his four-seamer. It was an 88-mile-an-hour four-seamer, 88-mile-an-hour fastball, four-seamer, middle, that didn't move. Of course a major league hitter is going to hit that 460 feet. I'm not surprised by that. That was an 88-mile-an-hour fastball that didn't move, middle, and a major league hitter. He's going to hit that 460 feet, and he did. And when that happened, I'm like, that's it, pull him, he's done. It's over. And they didn't. They left him in. They left him in for what reason? I don't know. I guess I'm raw on it. I knew going into the series, I was hoping we'd win the 3 because I just knew this matchup today, we were going to lose this matchup, and we did. And I'm very disappointed that they allowed it to happen. So they left him in until he did the 4th inning, And then by that time, we're just done. It was over. You could feel it. All the energy, all the excitement, the anticipation, the idea of we're going to get this one, it all left when Kyle came out. So it was kind of a disgusting spectacle that we let it go this far. I'm going to blame everybody involved, including Kyle. Listen, Kyle, we know who you are. We appreciate it. But he knows that he can't get major league hitters out. He knows it more than anybody. You just got to admit it. I know it's probably hard to admit, but it's time. It's more than time. We can't go on. And so that's kind of where we are. This game is just kind of a total train wreck for me. I'm very upset. So let's work backwards a little bit, trying to find some good in it if I can. I'll give you Kyle's numbers. Because this was the Kyle Hendricks game. This was the game that, coming into it, that's all we were worried about. Is this it? Is this the last of Kyle? Yes, that's the last of Kyle. Kyle's numbers are: he went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, only threw 56 pitches, and 44 of them were strikes, which sort of feeds my idea that his stuff just isn't good enough. He's not walking guys. They're just hitting him all over the park. Only 44 of his 56 pitches were strikes, and he still gives up 4 runs. His ERA is an even 12. You know, and he's got a little bit of fool's gold today. He looked pretty good in the first, looked pretty good in the third, strikes out 3 guys in the third, gets out of it 3 Ks. But it's fool's gold. You know it's coming. And then the 4th inning, it was single, RBI, single. Next thing you know, we're down 4-0. So that's how Kyle's day went. Then Drew came in. Drew Smiley came in, and he ends up pitching 2 1/3 inning. He gave up 4 hits, 2 runs. He threw 29 pitches. He pitched the 5th, 6th, and part of the 7th. So Drew wasn't really good today. Colton Brewer came in. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, got the last 2 outs in the 7th. He opened up with a walk, and then he got 4-3 ground out and a strikeout, giving up a run that was charged to Drew. And then Adbert pitched the 8th in what I would call a non-leverage situation in the 8th. So that to me gives us the sign that Adbert is no longer considered our closer because he pitched the 8th inning today. And, of course, he looks fine. He looked good today. Ground out to Nico, 3-1, Bush to Adbert covering. And then he struck out the last guy he faced looking in the 8th. And Keegan Thompson wrapped it up. He pitched the 9th. He gave up single to his first batter, induced a fly out to center field, got a ground out 4-6, and struck out his last guy looking to get out of the 9th. So that's kind of – Keegan looked good. Adbert, I guess, looked good. But, guys, we're just so just me saying Adbert looked good. Well, we got a lot of answers that are needed that I don't know if we have them right now. So that's kind of where we are on the pitching side. Decisions need to be made, and I've been ready to. I'm 2 weeks late. I'm ready, and I don't know what to do with him. I don't, what do you put him in middle relief, take a spot. I don't know what the answer is. I know what the answer isn't, and that's giving Kyle another start on his next rotation. Can't do it. It's just we can't have it. We're 13-9. We're just 2 back of the crew who during this period of time they've won 4 straight. But we're in it. We're in this thing. We're gonna get Saya back. We'll get Happ back. We're gonna get Steele back. We're gonna find a place for Ben Brown. We've got Shota's gonna be awesome. Wicks is gonna get better. There's a lot of things that are coming. We just can't. We can't give away wins like we've been giving them away. It has to stop. It has to stop now. So we'll see if they do it. Sorry, guys. Randy's upset. Let's do the lineups. Nico started at second base today. Belly was in center field hitting second. Morrell, third base, hitting third. Bush at first base, hitting cleanup. Dansby at shortstop. Cooper DH again. Tauchman was in right field. Amaya was behind the plate. And Canario got another start in left field, hitting in the 9-hole. Scoring was rare. We got 1 in the second and 2 in the fourth. Second inning, Tauchman pretty much led off both innings where we scored with hits. Tauchman led off the second inning with a double. Amaya walked, and then Nico singled in, scoring Tauch. So kind of a quick little 1-run inning. Then we got 2 in the fourth inning. Tauch singled to open us up. Canario followed it with his only single of the day. Nico doubled to score Tauch, and then Belly singled to knock in Alexander. So that's the 2 runs that we got in the 4th inning, and that was the extent of it. So we finished with the 3 runs. Nico had a good day. Nico had 3 hits today. He went 3 for 5. Nico's average is up to 289. So, it looks like we've got Nico back, and I like him in that leadoff spot, especially with the way he's hitting now. He's slapping the ball. I just think what happened is he's given up the idea of slug. That's what I think. I think he just said, I know you guys wanted me to get more slug. I came in the first part of the year. I tried to slug, and it went south on me. I'm just going to go back to being Nico and slapping the ball around. So I think maybe that's what we've got. We've got Nico, whose trial and error on producing slug failed miserably. So he's just back to doing what he does, and he looks much better. So I think you're going to see Nico in a leadoff mode moving forward. 3 hits today, 289 average, so he's playing well. Belly went 1 for 3, had a couple of walks with an RBI. Belly is hitting 222 going into the break. Morrell went 1 for 5, struck out twice, had that double in the 7th inning. His average is just over 200 at 205, so we need to get Morrell going. The good news is, after about a 1 for 33 stint, he's got some hits in the last couple of games, so I think that's good news. Michael Busch finally went 0 for 4, kind of ready for him to have a game like that, so he's hitting 309 going into the day off tomorrow. Dansby went 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts. He's hitting 231. Cooper's average is down to 270 after an 0 for 4 today with a couple of strikeouts. Tauch got the 2 hits in one in the first and one in the fourth, started both the innings where we scored. He 2 for 4 today, scored a couple of runs. He's hitting 260, so I think Tauch is kind of a high point. He's probably our player of the game today. Miguel went 0 for 3, and Canario went 1 for 4. Alexander had that single in the 4th. He ended up scoring a run. Alexander's hitting 308. So, we can't get everybody going. And I miss Seiya. Boy, that oblique. We need Seiya. It's really, to me, him gone, it's a big hole, and we need him back. And we hopefully will get Hap back as well. So 8 hits on the day, only walked 3 times, struck out 11 times, left 9 on base. We were 3 for 16 with runners in scoring position. So pretty frustrating game all the way around, and I know we're all upset by it. We talked about it leading up to it. We knew it was going to happen, and it did. So we've got tomorrow to regroup and decide what direction we're going. So we've got the Astros coming in for a 3-game set starting on Tuesday night. And I don't know if you've been following what the Astros are doing. They're 7-16. They lost 6-0 today to the Nationals. And they've got a minus 28 run differential. So I haven't been seeing much of them, but 7-16, they're in last place in their division. And we've got 3 games with them coming up. Pitching wise, I don't know. We'll have to. Nothing's posted. It's all to be determined. So take a deep breath on Monday, regroup, and we got to be ready to get back to work. And we got to get ready to put lineups on the field that we think can win. We just have to do it. We have to make the decisions and go with it based on pure performance. That's all we can do. And it's going to be hard, but it needs to be done. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of moves and changes are made between now and Tuesday night. So we'll sit and wait for that. So, guys, sorry about it. Kind of a rough weekend, but we'll regroup. Good news is we're 13-9. We're 4 games over 500. We're just 2 games back. If you'd have told me, would I take that 2 months ago, I said, yeah, I'll take that. Right where I want to be. So we're fine. We're fine because we just need to make the right decisions moving forward. We've got a lot of things to look forward to, and we got good things coming. We just got to put everything in the right spot. So I'm confident we'll do that. So thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday. Go Cubs, go.